Alright, in this session, we're going to talk about how to install JCE, the best editor right now for Joomla. So we need to go get the files, and of course the best place to do that is extensions.joomla.org, the extensions directory for Joomla. Search for JCE, quickest way to find it, and scroll down, and there it is. Go ahead and click the download button, and we're presented with three basic areas for downloads: the editor, the plugins, and the media box. Click on the editor, and there are three files: the entire installation package or the component and plugin done separately. We're going to go ahead and download the package, and because localhost environments with MAMP on the Mac sometimes have problems, we're also going to download the editor plugin. Alright, so we've done that. Let's go back over and let's see what happens. Normally this doesn't happen on a live server, so you shouldn't have to worry, but let's just see for fun what happens today. Alright, so we've got our JCE package. Click upload, and if this happens to you, don't panic. Just get rid of the word index.php and you'll find your administration site is just fine. You'll see that JCE is installed, but if you click on Control Panel, we're missing the editor plugin. So here's the problem. It doesn't like the multiple install, and so you'll notice that the editor plugin is missing. Not to worry, we have to do this manually, but it's pretty painless. Go ahead and unzip the plugin you just downloaded, and now we're going to have to manually move these files to the correct place. The three bottom files here go to plugins/editors, and the top one goes in the language folder. So let's go ahead and do that. If I browse my FTP program over to Site, Plugins, Editors, you'll notice that there's no JCE there. I just click and drag those three files and put them in there. Done. Now I go over to Languages and I drag that file into the directory. So now when I come back over to my setup and hit refresh here, the plugin is installed and JCE is ready to go. Again, normally on a live server that won't happen, but if it does, that's the way to fix it. So now that we have JCE installed, there's a couple of things we can look at. Let's take a look at the configuration. If you want to have compression turned on for the editor, go ahead. Sometimes when you copy and paste from different programs like Word, which I'll encourage you to never do, you might want to have this cleanup HTML on. If you don't copy and paste from Word or anything like that, you can leave that off. Plugin mode, I'd encourage you to leave this in the default because generally speaking it's nothing to worry about. And if you have, again, if you are pasting from different editors and things and you've got a lot of white space because you press space 50 times, what this will do is it will basically destroy those white spaces. So if you've used that and you want to keep that, which again I don't recommend, go ahead and turn that to no, but I would leave it as yes. Paragraph, this will automatically insert paragraph tags around all content. This will insert paragraph tags when you hit enter or return. And depending on your editor, you may or may not want to use your template CSS. And I usually turn that to no, because if I have a dark background, then that will be the background of my JCE editor. So just leave it as no. It should be good. Hit save. There are a couple of other paid extensions for JCE that I really want to recommend, and unfortunately they're not part of this class. If you go back over to JCE and take a look in their plugins directory, they have 7 plugins that are just fantastic. Let me highlight just a couple of them. Captions for your images is fantastic. File Manager allows you to have links with icons and text and things like that. I use that all the time. But the one I really use a lot is Image Manager Extended. And this allows me to resize images as I'm uploading them. Oh, saves so much time from me being in Photoshop getting the images exactly the right size. This is a fantastic add-on. You do have to pay for it, and a subscription starts at $30. Honestly, if you do a lot of content editing in your Joomla site, this is really worth getting. And you get all of those plugins included in your subscription. Highly recommended. I'm going to install at least the image one so I can show you how it works. For JCE plugins, they have to be installed in the JCE installer, not the normal Joomla installer. Alright, so we've got my two favorite ones in there. That's good enough for now. The last step in this process then is to go into your global configuration and change the editor to JCE from TinyMCE to JCE for all users. Now an individual user can change back, but by default all of your users will now use JCE to edit articles.